Check. Sisters and brothers, Assalamu alaikum and morning, His Excellency Jasmine Belushi, my dear friend Ian and Amit. It's a pleasure to be with all of you. A lot of familiar faces, a lot of mentors and seniors in the crowd as well. We don't want this to be a training session where one or two people speak and the rest of you listen, because if you put together the experience and the competencies in this room, I think it would be a shame if you do only that. So we request you to kindly be open with your ideas and open with your tongues so that we all can benefit from each other. Can we do that? Yes. Wonderful. Okay, I want to reintroduce myself first. My name is Sangeet and I'm wonderful. Do you believe that? Is that a smile of sarcasm or I got a rap no. Even before the word comes out, let me assert myself more. My name is Sangeet and I'm wonderful. What's your name, sir? He says his name is Azim. Brother Azim, can I invite you to pick a particular word from the list? Any word.
About you?
No, not about you. About me, that's a given. About you.
Amazing.
Amazing. So when I ask you what your name is, can you tell me I'm Azim and I'm amazing?
No.
You know, please. On behalf of the crowd, please. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. You ask my name.
My name is Sangeet and I'm wonderful. What's your name?
And I'm amazing.
Oh, can we put our hands together for that? Sharu, I'm Sangeet and I'm wonderful. What's your name?
And I'm Sharu, I am superb.
That is Sharu, who's superb. Thank you. Brother Haris, I'm Sangeet and wonderful.
I am Haris, I'm marvelous.
Oh, that's marvelous, Haris, for you. Brother Dasan, I'm Sangeet and I'm wonderful. Oh, I thought super was taken. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, can I invite you to pick one word from this list? One word. Can you do that? Every one of you, one word. Have you done that already? Done? Can I request you to stand up, please? You can leave your folders on the floor or on the chairs. Please move around. Meet at least 5 or 6 of your colleagues in the room and reintroduce yourself. And when you reintroduce, it shouldn't be, I'm Sangeet and I'm wonderful, as if you don't believe it yourself. You know, it should be, I'm Sangeet and I'm wonderful, yeah? So can you do that? Please, ladies and gentlemen, go around and spread some cheer and positivity. Go around and meet people. Reintroduce, please. There are two reasons why this program is very special for all of us. Okay? One, this is a magic number that we don't want to really agree with. 10, 80, 10. Are you familiar with this graph? What's it called? The bell curve, the performance graph. And this is the most unfair thing in the whole world. You look at businesses, you look at retail businesses, you have 10% of the Yusuf cars and the big timers. Okay? 80% of those are doing relatively well, struggling along, and then 10% who are just about to shut shop and leave. You look at organizations, people in the corporate sector would know. Yeah? You've got 10% of those who get bonuses every year, who get promoted every year, the stars, the champions. 80% who are just barely getting along, and 10% who are probably about to be terminated. You look at schools and classes, you've got the 10% who are the stars, the nerds and the 10 GPAs, and you have the 10% who are barely there. Where were we? In the first 10% or the last 10%? That's what my mom says. You go and give motivational classes to students and you're out there. That's the secret, yeah? Yeah, and you've got 80% of them who are just getting along. And we don't believe in this. What we believe is with the right kind of environment and the right kind of habits, we can migrate the whole lot onto this 10%. So that every one of us realizes his true potential. And that's very, very dear to us. Number two, our beloved state is struggling, 30,000 crores. I was speaking to Brother Jasim yesterday. He said, how much does a crore come to? Because crore is a very Indian word, right? So I told him 300,000 million Indian rupees is the estimated cost to rebuild our beautiful state. Okay? So reason why we are here together, and I'm telling them, look at the panel that we have. Extremely busy, important people. We've got an Emirati gentleman, we've got a British gentleman, and we've got somebody from Rajasthan out here to support the Mallu brothers in need. Put your hands together. And I think that's one reason why we stood out. And that's one reason we had temples opening the doors for Jummah prayers. We had masjids opening the doors to let people from the community come in and be saved from the flood. And that is that particular spirit that's keeping us alive. And that's why we are saying it's not 30,000 crores, even if it's 60,000 crores, we're going to make it. Okay? So today, as our beloved Chief Minister said he's in town, let's get into the crowdsourcing mode. So every one of you, the amount that you're contributing is going into a pool that will help us to rebuild our state. Put your hands together and congratulate yourself amazing. Okay? We'll start a panel discussion very soon, but I would like to point your attention to something very, very important. Can we all for a second think as business owners, corporate bosses? Okay? Now you're paid a particular amount for this event, right? It's come out of your wallet. Yeah? Very precious amount. How much are you ready to accept as a return for this amount that you pay? What if we give you 50% in return? Would you be happy? No way, right? No way. What if we give you 75%? Not good enough. What if we give you 100%? You're like, okay. You would expect at least 200%, right? For every dirham that you've put in. What about our owners? What about the bosses of the corporate sector? What are they getting in return from us? Have you thought about that? Can you ever imagine going to a store and buying a Pepsi bottle and the bottle is half full? Would you buy that? But guys, take a look at this data, okay? Internationally, I know you may disagree with me, but this is what the data shows. Internationally, less than 20% of the workforce are giving 100%. Can you imagine that? Less than 20% of the workforce are giving 100%. The majority of those people are giving 50 to 60% at work. It's like half-filled Coke bottles at work. And if you want to challenge me, let me tell you, what happens during the weekend? When you arrange barbecues or functions or social events, you become a different version of yourselves, right? You can do much more. You're much more persuasive, your leadership skills improve, you're great with people, and you get amazing results. And then on Sunday morning, that amazing guy puts all his competence back in the room, back in the car, puts on a blazer and becomes Sangeet Ibrahim S840. And that is sad, and that is unfortunate. If you still want to challenge me, contest me, think about crisis. When a crisis occurs, what happens to you? You become rejuvenated and you do much more. So we have to stop giving 50 and 60% and we have to start giving 100%. That's one of the key messages. The second thing, can I scare you a bit? Have you seen this report, guys? The future of jobs in the Middle East? Yeah? This is from McKinsey. It says, even with existing technology, 45% of the work activities in the labor market can be automated. Today, we're not talking about 2020, 2022. There's a robot out there, there's a machine with code out there who's looking, Sangeet's job, can I get it? And that's a real threat. And we need to make sure that we catch up, okay, and make ourselves relevant. I'm sure the slide is not very clear, but this is to scare you. This is not just a motivational speech, this is a scary speech, okay? Look at the sectors here. This is the UAE. Manufacturing, close to 60% can be automated today. Just imagine, guys, 60% of us in this room become irrelevant like this. Because what we do can be done by machines. I'm happy, if you look at educational services, It's only 25%. Alhamdulillah. So I'll be the last man to be fired. Okay? But then this is real, so we need to buck up. The third thing, there are a lot of mergers happening internationally and locally. This is from the banking sector. Jason should not hear this one because I worked with him. I was in a conference and a gentleman came to me and said, Sanki, I heard Sharda Islamic Bank is merging with somebody else. It was a rumor, we are not merging. But you know the first thing I did? I went and looked who's the head of learning and development of that bank. I said, can I go? I went in and I searched LinkedIn. He was an old guy, probably not as handsome as me or not as competent as I am. So I said, it's okay. I'll hold on. So guys, please understand this is happening in the market. So we need to be much, much, much more competent. Okay? Let me scare you with an equation. This is where the world is going to, the corporate sector. It's called half, 2, and 3. You know what it means? Probably in 3 to 4 years' time, corporate sector worldwide is looking at terminating half of the workforce. Half of the workforce. So it's like Avengers, yeah? I do this, and half of you disappear. Get the other half, pay the other half double, so you are happy because you'll be paid double, and get you to do 3 times the work. So this is the equation people are moving to as a best practice. So we need to buck up, we need to hold on, we need to keep ourselves relevant. So this is a reminder we need to have. Unless we become much more productive, we don't stand a chance. Brothers and sisters, let me tell you what today's workshop is based on. Okay, it's based on research that was conducted, based on 3 best-selling books. Now these books are special because you'll find a lot of books on leadership, you'll find a lot of books on managerial skills, but you will not find a book that says how to be a good accountant at work, or how to be a good auditor at work, or how to be a good doctor at work. So these are particular books that address those topics. Plus, this is part of a research I've been doing. This is my book, How to Recession-Proof Your Career. It's not yet available, we're getting it printed. We spoke to 10 heads of HR departments, and we got data from 120 top performing managers. And we asked them, what is it that you do that makes you so special? So what we're going to share with you today is the data from this as well as the available literature outside. So inshallah, I'm sure you will find it useful. Guys, by the way, before I started my training career, I got trained by a wild cult in Africa. Does this guy look friendly? He doesn't, right? Now, the promise I made with him when he gave me those amazing skills in training and coaching, you don't believe that? You do. Okay. He made a promise to me. He said, every time you start a session, I'll have to do some rituals as part of his tribe. So can you support me? Without you doing those rituals, I cannot actually get it. It's a promise, and we shouldn't break a promise. Yeah? The first ritual is, you need to really believe it. Put your hands out and say, I did it! Don't hit the person next to you. Can you do that? It's not for me, it's for him. Please. Yeah? Can you do that? Please, guys, come on. I can do it. It's not I can do it, I know you can do it. It's about I did it, okay? Are you convinced? No, he's not. Can you do it again? I did it! Okay? The ladies are not doing it. Okay, Contact India has a problem. Ladies, please. I did it! I did it! Wow. So you've done that. Now you want to look around and say, whoa! 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 Those of you who are still not doing it, I'll ask you to come here and do it. Okay, so can we do that again? I did it! I did it! Whoa! Whoa! Okay, so thank you. Contact India, are you happy? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next is the first item in the agenda. We've got a panel discussion. And this is a very special panel. Brother Jasim, he heads a private sector organization in his capacity as an executive vice president. He's a board member in many social organizations, so that's the second hat that he wears. And he's an expert in leadership development. He's basically working for the leadership program instituted by His Highness, the ruler of Sharjah. So we're very, very proud. Please let there be a deafening round of applause as we invite him. Let Let me invite Brother Ian next. Ian has served a long time for the Jumeirah Group, and now he's the CEO for the Sharjah National Hotels. And if I've seen the way he has transformed a particular organization from what it was to what it is today, I think this is one person we should listen to. Okay, an amazing leader who gets results. Okay, but who's also very passionate about giving and caring. Put your hands together again. When you speak about your own, you're a little mushy. So that's what Brother Amit and I, we work very closely together for the society. We're part of a social organization. Okay? He works for Dubai Airport. He's in charge of onboarding. So he makes sure that everyone comes on board. If Dubai Airport is basically, in terms of culture, in terms of competencies, fit in to the culture of the largest and the busiest airport in Dubai. Please put your hands together for Amit. Second mic.